In most Power BI reports, I have slicers, and often I have the same slicers on different pages. Now, to keep them all in sync, we just have to check one box. That's it. After that, when you change the selection on one page, you have the same selection for that slicer on the other pages. Now, that's easy. However, do you also know what these advanced options are there for, with those checkboxes, and how to keep slicers in sync that are on the same page? Now, that's what we're going to explore in this video, to bring some clarity to what I think is one of the most confusing features for slicers in Power BI. Let's talk about synchronizing slicers, something that seems so obvious but still can be so confusing in Power BI that even Power BI developers with many years of experience do not know all of the details around it. Now, let's start by going to a Power BI report and first look at the obvious settings. All right, now I'm going to insert a normal slicer. Let's put it over here at the top and let's choose a field. For example, in my model I have brand. And that's the one that I'm going to drag on the slicer. Okay, now I want to turn this into a drop-down, so I'm going to go here to formatting. Here we have slicer settings, and let's change this to a drop-down. And now we can go to our slicer and put a filter in place. Okay, so now I want to have that same slicer on a different page. So I'm going to copy it and then go to another page in my report. Let's paste it over here, and we get the message sync visuals. Sync slicers. One or more of the copied visuals can stay in sync with the visual it was copied from. Do you want to keep them in sync or not? Okay, now if we would say do not sync, let's see what happens. Now, if I change over here to, let's say, Castle, a different brand, and then go back, then you see we have here a different slicer selection. They are not synchronized. The selection does not automatically change on the other page. Now, how can we synchronize them? Well, first of all, we could have clicked on sync. However, if you want to do it at a later point or change at a later point, then here on the right hand side, we have sync slicers. Now, if you don't see that button here on the right hand side, just go to view and then choose sync slicers from there. All right. Now, then select the slicer that you want to synchronize. And then here you see all of the pages in your report where it's visible. That's the right-hand column. And then here on the left-hand side, there we have whether they are in sync. Now, you see those are not checked. So if I now click these check boxes, that means they are synchronized. So if I on this page select DeskWorks and then go to the details page, then you see we have also here DeskWorks selected, and of course also the other way around. Okay, so now they're in sync. Easy. However, the first question that I have around this feature is, would it still work if the slicers look different? For example, here we have a drop down and then on the other page we have buttons. Well, let's change how it looks like here on the other page. So I'm going to go to my slicer, select formatting, and then over here we can go to slicer settings. And instead of a drop down, I'm going to go for tiles. Okay, so maybe you want to have these buttons. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. And now I'm going to change over here to the brand Sonora. Okay, then I'm going to go back to sales performance and still works. Also here we have Sonora selected. So that works. However, would this still work if we would have a totally different slicer type? And so basically a whole different slicer visual. Now, instead of going here for the standard slicer, we could also have gone for slicer buttons. Okay, so I'm going to change it to the button slicer. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. And now I'm going to change to the brand Nimbus, then go back to the sales performance page, and now they're not in sync anymore. So this sync feature only works if you really have the same visual slicer type. Otherwise, doesn't work. And if I also tested the other slicers, only works if the slicers are of the same type. All right, now the next thing that we're going to look at are the advanced options for synchronizing slicers. Now, what does that exactly mean? If you go here to the sync slicer settings and have my slicer selected, then you see over here at the bottom there is advanced options. And here we already see that two checkboxes are selected. Now, we save the explanation for that for a little bit later. And here we have brand. Now, that is the group name. The group name for the slicers that you want to sync. And it's already filled out. Now, this gets filled out at the moment where you check that box. So if I would turn this off, let me just turn over here the syncing feature off. Then you see, this is empty. And as soon as I click on it, it fills it out with the field name, brand in our case. Now we have the group name brand over here, and if I go to the other page, and over here I'm just going to change back this visual to a normal slicer. Now you see on the other page we currently don't have this slicer because I changed it to a button slicer. So what we can do is just click here on the eye icon, and the sync icon automatically get also ticked. So if I go now to details, then you see we still have that button slicer from before. I'm just going to delete that, and we have our brand slicer drop down. Okay, so here we have that same group name. Now if I would say brand 2 here, then, oh, you see, the sync button now is not checked anymore. And if I go back to sales performance, also here, you see, it is not synced with the slicer that's on the other page. So that means if we change the selection to Castrol, that doesn't get applied over here. So how it works basically is that the sync feature groups the slicers under a certain name, and then the selection is always in sync. Okay, now that means the group name needs to be exactly the same, and it's capital sensitive. So if I would just type in brand here and I have brand with a capital B over there, it doesn't work. So now you see they are not syncing. So it needs to be exactly the same, and it's capital sensitive. All right, now as a next step, let's try to sync slicers that are on the same page. Okay, so back over here to our report page where we have the brand slicer, I'm just going to copy this one, and over here I have also a slicer panel. Now let me just click on it, and here I just want to have an expanded view of even more slicers, even more filter options, but those two that are readily available there at the top I still want to have here in this pop-up as well. Okay, now for example this timeline, if I change the selection on this timeline, you see that one should also adjust, obviously. However, how can you set this up? Now we're going to do the same for our brand slicer. Okay, so I'm just going to copy paste it over here, and let me just drag it onto the panel. All right, here in my selection pane, I'm also going to make sure it's part of it. All right, so let's call this one slicer brand. Okay, and on the formatting options, let me just make the slicer header white. Now this slicer and this one over here, this should be in sync. Okay, so if I select the brand slicer, now you see that currently the sync button is not checked. So when I click on it, it gets a group name, brand 1, because there's already another slicer with the group name brand. So these two now are not synced, meaning if I change my slicer selection, oh, well, something weird is going on. They are filtering each other. So before I am going to make that change, let's go here to edit interactions and make sure that they don't filter each other. Okay, and turn edit interactions off. Now, you see when I make my selection over here, the other one doesn't get synced. Now nothing shows because there are no products that belong to both brands. Okay, now to fix that, it's easy. We just have to make sure that we have the same group name that they belong to, and now they're synced. Okay, so in this way we can sync slicers that are on the same page. Same for that timeline. This one is called timeline, and the other one is also called timeline. So when we make a change, both nicely update. Now what is also interesting is if we now go to the other page and select the brand slicer, now the sync and visibility button to the page where we have two brand slicers is grayed out. We cannot make changes to it. All right, so now it seems like they're always synced. However, we can still change the name, right? So as soon as I start changing the name, you see, it's not grayed out anymore. Okay, so what if I get rid of it entirely? Well, now it seems that it's synced. I change the selection to Deskworks, then I go to the other page, and here still Hearth is selected. So it doesn't get synced even though it seems to be synced. However, it just comes down to, is the group name the same? User experience here feels a bit off. However, you know, this is how it works. It needs to have the same group name. That's what is important. All right, now let me just group this one then together with the other slicers under the brand group name. And now the two checkboxes there at the bottom. We have sync field changes to other slicers, and we have sync filter changes to other slicers. What do they exactly mean and do? Okay, now let's start with the first one, sync field changes to other slicers. Okay, now I'm going to leave only that one checked. the one there at the bottom, let's uncheck it for the moment. Now, let's take our brand slicer and I'm going to change the field or add the field color to it. Okay, so let's just drag and drop it onto our slicer. And you see over here, we can now go down in the hierarchy to color. Okay, so this is a field change, meaning if I go to the sales performance page, then my brand slicer, you see, it also added color. And now also here we have the same fields popping up as well as over here in my pop-up. Okay, and now the one that took me a few seconds to figure out, and that is sync filter changes to other slicers. Because over here I was thinking, you can still then turn off the syncing of the selection. That was my first thought, meaning you would just check this one off, right? And then you change over here to, let's say, Helicon. And then this change would not be reflected over here. But it clearly did. That was my first thought. However, that's totally not what it means. This has nothing to do with the slicer selection. It has to do with the filters that are applied to the slicer. All right, so if I go back to the other page, select our slicer, open the filter pane, and over here, we could, for example, say, I do not want to have desk works. And so I could take that one out. I also don't want the brand slices on the other pages to include desk work. So for that, we can check this box, sync filter changes to other slices. Meaning, if we go back to the other page, select the brand slicer, then here, it's still there. Okay, that didn't work. Because over here, we also need to select that one. Okay, and then let me just go back and try that again. So over here, desk works is out. Sync filter changes to other slices is on. Go back, and now you see it's not there. Okay, so over here, the first time that I tried it, the sync filter changes to other slices was turned off and therefore didn't work. Okay, so here is important to note that this is about the filters that are being applied to the slicers, not the slicer selection. That is all driven by the group name, whether they are synced. Okay, which also makes sense. However, it took me a little bit longer than it should to figure this out. All right. Now to end, I still have one more for you, because you can actually also sync slicers that do not have the same field. Now, let me give you a little bit more detail. So let's say you have a composite model like this one over here, where my tables are in direct query mode to a model in Power BI service. And let's say I cannot touch that model, and I have over here in import mode a table targets. Now targets is not connected to any of these tables over here. Now if I go here to the report view, and let's say I have a slicer with the field region, okay, that I want to use. Now that region comes from the stores table, that is this one over here, okay, and I change my selection, then you see total sales is changing, but the sum of sales target stays the same because that table is not connected. Okay, now what I could do is I could create another slicer, or I could just duplicate this one. And on the one that's here on the right, I'm not going to take the region field from stores, but instead I'm going to take the region field from the target. Okay, just like this. Now, of course, when I make over here a selection in the left one, it doesn't sync to the one that's here on the right. You see? Now, this is actually possible with named group slicers. So here I can select one of the slicers, go to sync slicers, then take the box for syncing, meaning it creates a named group, and then I can copy that name also to the other one and make sure it's exactly the same. Now that it's the same, you see, they are in sync. And the target is now also changing because now we have also that slicer that uses region from the target table. Now, one thing that you might notice is that here I have East, but here on the right hand side I don't have East. So there are no targets for the East region. What happens when I click here on East is it just adds it to the one that's here on the right. Now, still that leads to a target of 0 because it's simply not in the table. And in this way, we are still able to filter the target values, even though that there's no relationship. Of course, ideally, you would want to make targets part of this model, maybe create a dim region that then filters targets as well as stores. However, for practical reasons, might not be possible. You need to have some sort of solution, then you can sync them. Or you might not want to have cross data source relations. whatever. Okay, so this is just a nice to know. All right, now what do you think? Did you know all of this? Well, for me, this was confusing for a long time, but I hope this provided a little bit of clarity. If you want to know more about slicers, how to optimize them, how to use them in very practical ways, check out these 2 videos over here. If you want to build reports together with me from beginning to end, then check out my upcoming design transformation program, which is starting in September, the 3rd of December. Make sure that you're part of it. Hope to see you there.